In this video, we're going to be testing out FLOLAB's NANOARMOUR Onetime Pro tempered glass screen protector, as well as their rear camera protectors for the brand new Galaxy S25 Ultra. Not only does this screen protector have one of the best anti-reflective coatings on the market, in my opinion, it also has polar spectra, which keeps down that rainbow effect when you're looking at your phone screen with polarized sunglasses on. It also has an oleophobic coating to keep down the fingerprints, as well as an antimicrobial coating that kills 99.9% of germs. It also has a super simple installation process. And the rear camera protectors also have the same anti-reflective properties. And just in case you didn't know, if you put a screen protector on your S25 Ultra that does not have an anti-reflective coating, you lose all of your anti-reflective properties of the S25 Ultra. So I'm going to go through the full installation. We're going to see how it fits, how it feels, how well it works with the in-display fingerprint sensor, the S Pen, and stick around until the end of the video because I will also be testing out the durability of both of these with a scratch and a drop test. And if you guys do want to pick this up yourself, I will be putting product links in the video description. So let's get started. So we get one tempered glass screen protector, a squeegee, and some instructions with some installation tools and a little filter to test out the polar spectra. So the first thing we need to do is to thoroughly clean up our screen with the alcohol wipe, then dry it off. Then take your dust sticker. We're going to remove one side and then place the whole sticker over the phone just like this, and then push out the other side. So it covers pretty much the whole phone. Then get your installation guide with your screen protector ready, making sure that the top portion here that says attention is going towards the camera on your phone. We'll remove the dust sticker. Then take the whole guide and just press it over the top of your phone. Then hold down on the sides of the guide with one hand, and we're going to pull out the tab with the other. We'll wait 20 seconds. I don't know if you guys can see that it's adhering to the screen already. Then we'll slide our finger up the middle just to make sure. Then we'll remove the guide. And it does look like we have some bubbles at the top of the screen, which we should be able to get out with the squeegee. So I was able to get one of the bubbles out with the squeegee. The other two, I very carefully lifted up the screen protector just a little bit and then used the squeegee to get those out. And now we have a perfect installation. Now this is a full coverage screen protector, so it does cover your front camera. So we will be testing that as well. And it does look like there is a slight gap all the way around the phone for case compatibility. Now you guys can already see the anti-reflective properties of the screen. There's my studio light. It is super bright, and I'll put a comparison between the Galaxy S25 Ultra's original screen versus the FLOLAB so you guys can get a sense of how good the anti-reflective coating is on this screen protector. You can see each one of the rows of the individual LED, whereas a screen that does not have a anti-reflective coating is just totally kind of all blown out and super bright. I need to show you another video of what the anti-reflective coating actually looks like in real life. What we see here on this camera is a little bit blown out. You can see the lines of the LEDs from my studio light, but that's not what I see in real life. What I see in real life is actually much dimmer than what we see on the screen. So this is what I actually see in real life here. You can actually see the individual LEDs of the studio light, and it's less bright than what my Sony camera is actually picking up. So you can definitely see the screen a lot easier in real life versus what we actually see on the screen. And I'll actually get into my phone here so you guys can see it a little better. So you can see the screen a lot better from what I see in real life versus what the camera sees. And I'm also going to be putting up a side-by-side comparison of what I actually see on the S25's Ultra screen versus the FLOLAB. The edges of the screen are also rounded off. I don't see any more bubbles. I don't see any lifting. Installation was super easy. The edges of the glass are also rounded off. As far as the touch, super smooth. just like the glass that's on the phone itself. Very nice. And as far as fingerprints goes, it does also seem to keep down those smudges. You can see we just have some slight smudges on the screen that we can very easily just wipe away. Brand new. And let's test out our facial recognition. Face ID working perfectly fine, nice and quick. I'll do it again. Yeah, no issues there. You can see the screen is crystal clear. No issues with touch. And let's test out our front camera. Front camera looks super clear. No issues there. And let's test out what the polar spectra looks like. Now, like I mentioned before, the polar spectra keeps down the rainbow effect on the screen when you're looking at the screen through polarized sunglasses. And for me, that's huge because all of my sunglasses have polarization. And typically when I look at regular screens, you get this really horrible rainbow. So let's see what this screen looks like. And you can see pretty much any angle you move your phone, you do not see a rainbow. And that's what the polar spectra does. That is huge. As every other tempered glass screen protector that I've ever tested has at least some sort of a rainbow effect. And this one doesn't seem to have any, no matter which angle you look at. So now let's test out our fingerprints. Fingerprints are super quick, working very well. Yeah, no issues with fingerprints. But if by some chance you are having issues with your fingerprints, all you need to do is re-register them after you install the screen protector. And I would also recommend turning up the screen sensitivity for your screen as well, and that should definitely help. So now just to show you how well it works, I'm going to re-register my fingerprints. All right, so fingerprints are re-registered. And now we will test them out. Still works super quick, and it seems to be really accurate. Perfect. So now let's take a look at the edge of the screen protector and see if there is any edge bleed. So we take a look at the side. You can see that there is a slight edge bleed. There and there. Just it's ever so slight, super small. And that's with every screen protector that I've tested so far. I've seen some sort of a screen bleed, but some people like me to test that. I really don't care about that very much because you're going to be looking at the phone screen like this. You're not going to be looking at it from the side, and that little bit of light bleed is not going to really interfere with your experience with your phone, and especially if you're going to be using a case, that's even more of a reason not to care about that. But if you're watching this video and you do care about that, let me know why you care about it, because I'm interested to know what everybody's opinion is on that. Then let's put it in our case. And it seems to fit the case perfectly. We do have a slight gap at the top of the phone here, and it almost comes up to the edge of the bottom of the case as well as the sides. There you can see my palm kind of got some smudges on the screen because I do have some lotion on my hands. So it's the fingerprints and smudges are going to be a little bit exaggerated, but it does seem to fit this case perfectly. I don't see any bubbles or lifting, so it should be compatible with most cases. And then let's test out our S Pen experience. So that line looks pretty straight to me. And as far as the S Pen usage on the screen, it's only got a little bit of resistance, not bad at all. And the S Pen is working perfectly fine with the screen protector. So I definitely think you'd have a good experience if you plan on using your S Pen with this tempered glass. Now let's install the rear camera protectors. These do have the anti-reflective coating, and they're also made from tempered glass. They also have 3 different colors to choose from. We have gray, silver, and black. So we get one set of protectors and some installation wipes. And for comparison, here are the three different colors. We've got the black, the gray, and the silver. So the first thing we need to do is to thoroughly clean off our camera lenses, then dry them off. Then take your lenses and kind of line them up the way that they are on the phone. We're going to peel off the underside protector, then place these over your camera lenses, and then just press down on each one of the lenses, and then just lift up on the guide. And you're all set. That looks just like it came on the phone. These look really nice. And you can see they don't really add any extra bulk to your lenses either. They do also have this little like gap underneath, and that's so you can remove the lenses with the installation tool. It's got this little round piece here that you simply put underneath the lens, and then you can just pop them right off. But they're on there pretty good. Like I said, they look just like they came on the phone. So let's take a look at our rear camera, see if there's any issues. And it looks pretty clear to me. I don't see any clarity issues, no color issues. The macro camera is working fine. And it looks pretty good to me. Shows some really nice colors. So you shouldn't have any issues taking any pictures with the rear camera protectors on. And you can also see that they fit perfectly inside this case with this large cutout as well. Then we'll move on to our scratch test. Now, since these are tempered glass, regular tempered glass starts to scratch around a Mohs hardness number 6. So we're going to start off with a number 5. Then we'll move on to a number 6. And then finally a number 7. And if we take a look at the protectors, you can see there are no scratches at the number 5. There are ever so slight at the 6 and deeper at the number 7. So scratch resistance is pretty standard for tempered glass. And as I mentioned before, you can remove them very easily with this tool. Just kind of put this underneath one of the lenses and then just kind of peel up and they come right off. And you can see there's no glue or residue left behind. And then here we have the gray lenses. I think that looks pretty nice too. This is the black S25 Ultra. And it kind of makes it stand out a little more. It gives a little bit of a contrast. So if you like your lenses to just not blend in with the rest of the phone, I think the silver is a nice option. It looks pretty cool. I do like that. And then this is the silver. This stands out a little bit more than the gray does. It's a little bit more shiny. The gray kind of seems like a gunmetal, but I think that looks pretty nice too. I think I like the gray better because it doesn't stand out as much, and I just like the gunmetal. So everything's looking great for the screen protector so far. Now let's move on to the scratch and the drop test. So for this test, we're going to be dropping a 2.4 ounce steel metal ball at a starting height of 2 feet. If the screen protector doesn't crack, we'll move it up foot by foot until it eventually does. So here we go, 2 feet. Moving on to 3 feet. 4 feet. 4 feet. So this screen protector lasted up until a 4-foot drop. Now let's move on to the scratch test. So regular tempered glass starts to scratch around a Mohs hardness number 6. So we're going to start off with the number 5. Then we'll move on to a number 6. And then finally, a number 7. So if we take a closer look, you can see that there are no scratches at the number 5. There are ever so slight at the number 6 and even at the number 7. So scratch resistance seems to be just a little bit better than regular tempered glass. Sorry about that. Yeah, you can barely see those scratches. So installation for the screen protector was super easy. It also does seem to be case friendly. The anti-reflective coating and the polar spectra rainbow coating seem to work beautifully, some of the best that I've seen out of all the screen protectors that I've tested so far. It lasted up until a 4-foot drop. Scratch resistance also seems to be a little bit better than regular tempered glass as well. It works fine with the in-display fingerprint sensor and the S Pen. So like I said before, and as you saw in the video, the anti-reflective coating on the screen protector is some of the best that I've tested so far on any screen protectors, and the Polar Spectra is second to none. I haven't seen any other tempered glass screen protector that works as well with polarized sunglasses. The drop test could have been a little better at 4 feet, but it's still going to protect your screen from drops and scratches. It's just going to take a little bit less to actually crack the screen. But you do also have a lifetime warranty with the screen protector as well. And I also really like the rear camera protectors as well. The gray is definitely starting to grow on me versus it being totally blacked out and stealthy. I kind of like the contrast. So if you're looking for a screen protector that has some of the best anti-reflective properties as well as the Polar Spectra, I would definitely recommend the FLOLAB NANOARMOUR Onetime Pro. And if you guys do want to pick it up yourself, I will be putting product links in the video description. And if you guys enjoyed the video, it would really help out the channel if you gave me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.